Hey guys, it's Jenny Lynn. So I finally got my desk cleaned off enough to film this video and to show you today about my evolution of sorts of memory keeping and what's worked for me over the years as my life has become increasingly busy. I'm sure it's something that we all face and try to evolve with and find new ways to document our lives that works for our current level of busyness. So I'm gonna just walk you through how I've done this over the last about 5 or 6 years and then show you what's working for me today. So as you may or may not know, I am a corporate attorney, I'm a new mom, and I'm also a lover of all things artsy and crafty. Increasingly, my time available is becoming less and less so. So with that, I have sort of found new ways to continue to document that fit my current lifestyle. So for about 3 years, I was doing Project Life in what I would consider the very traditional manner. Every week is on one full spread. And I love this, guys. I love it so much. I love these binders. I would even add extra things in between the weeks. And it's all of the little things, right? Every dinner with friends, every time we went to the movies, etc. All the little things. And we love looking back on these and remembering things that otherwise probably would have been lost to time, which, you know, is incredible. So this worked for several years. Then as my career sort of took off, I continued with Project Life, but did a bit of a different process, which was essentially every 2 spreads is 1 month. So basically there's a week on every side. So obviously, you know, not a weekly thing, but that was okay. It worked for me at the time and I still was able to capture a lot. Still loved this and still would consider doing this at some point. So this year what I came up with is a very simple ring style where there's just pictures from each month. So my process right now is to go through all my pictures at the end of the month to tag those in, I use Mac Photos app to tag the ones that I want to include, and then I create these little spreads, and then some months I don't really have anything in between, so some months don't have all of the little notes and extra stuff, and it's very utilitarian. And then sometimes I go back in and just throw some extra things in. So this probably takes me every month about 3 hours to process all the photos, to get them all printed, you know, add in all the bits, and I've been able to keep up with this very easily, which is great, but what I was missing from it is really being able to add what I think of as more as the artistic piece of it. So, you know, using all my supplies and adding some more freeform kind of things. So to supplement this, I'm in love with the idea of having these journals. And the first one I started with was very, actually the first 2, they were very art journal specific. So it was really just a way to like use my supplies, try some techniques, and then that sort of morphed into what I would consider a hybrid of art journal, junk journal, and memory keeping. So this one here, I've got, you know, days where I sort of document what my day looks like. I've got, you know, little pictures and stories, and then also just like some pages that are just really just having fun, right? So this is a really hybrid sort of process that I, again, stumbled upon through the Get Messy community, and I've been loving this. So I'm keeping up my, what I would consider, you know, my sort of Project Life-esque system. And then for me personally, I'm using this separate journal system to document some stories and also add that artistic piece. So this is the one I just finished. I love it. I love adding, you know, so many different techniques and everything and incorporating the pictures and the stories into it. And this system has just been great for me. So going back to this idea about, you know, being a busy mom, a professional, and how does this allow me to do all of the things I want to do in a way that's different from Project Life. This system is not as structured as Project Life, meaning I don't have to complete a certain amount of spreads every week to feel like I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, quote unquote. So if, you know, I only get one spread made in a week, that's completely fine. If I'm able to do 10, that's okay too. You know, also obviously I can kind of jump around. So I'm really loving this system. And it allows me with my busy life to work on things as I have time. And sometimes, you know, I can fit in a lot, and then sometimes I can't really fit in anything. So the one that I'm in right now is a really cute little journal I got from an Etsy shop called A Girl with a Journal. She makes these really pretty little journals and also makes these tabs, which I've added in, and I just think they're so much fun. So, you know, here's an example of what I'm working in right now. I'm adding a lot of journaling. I'm adding a lot of paint and stamps and stencils and all of the fun stuff, but also adding in pictures of my family. So again, this is sort of a hybrid method where I'm able to put everything I want in here. And the way that I'm able to sneak more into this than I would have been able to do in my Project Life, which is something that really forced me to have to sit down and dedicate time. With this one, I prep pages like I've done here. So I can sit down and prep maybe 4 or 5 background pages, right? And then this is really small and it fits in my purse. So I take this with me. So let's say I'm sitting at an appointment waiting for someone to show up. Let's say that, you know, I'm at the doctor's office or waiting in line at Starbucks, whatever. I can just pull this out, add a little bit. And another thing about this journal that's just been really a huge change for me and a welcome change is the size of it. So I think this is considered a B6 or a B6 Slim size. Compared to this other journal that took me about as you can see, I did knock this out pretty quickly, like 2 weeks, but this one is much smaller and much more, you know, easy to complete a page really quickly. And, you know, I do have other huge journals, which I use art journals for other purposes, but there's something about just finishing up a page, finishing up a journal that's so satisfying. And so for me, I'm very much a, you know, check the box kind of person. I love to think that I'm completing something, getting something done. So for me, I love coming back to this because I know I can get a page done quickly and easily.